Welcome to Little Tech Girls Digital Homestead. I'm Chris. Today I want to talk to you about my new Click and Grow Smart Garden 3. I just became an affiliate, so I got this for review. I have no experience with Click and Grow. I've used my Aero Gardens, obviously. I have an iDo can and another unit that I haven't even gotten to yet. But I'm excited to try this Click and Grow because lately I've heard great things about them in terms of ease of use. So I'm going to open it up and see what's in the box. I haven't even done that yet. So let's see what we've got here. That's my seed pods. This is 3 basil. And I actually also purchased the they call them the experimental grow anything pods. So these are empty pods where I can put my own seeds. So I may do a combination of these. Then we have the actual Click and Grow unit. Oh, it's so cute. That's kind of strange. Get this unwrapped here. There's instructions on this panel. I just want to get this out of here for now. Let's see what else we have. Instruction book, dome covers, nothing else in the box. All right, so here's the actual unit. It's very small and very compact. However, compared to the Aero Garden Sprout, which also has 3 pods, it's pretty big. It's wide, so it holds more water in the reservoir. And what I've heard about these, which is pretty fascinating, as you can see, these pods are enclosed. In an Aero Garden, you have just your cages where the roots go through into the grow deck. And if you have 2 plants next to each other, the roots can actually become entwined. These, everything stays in this little reservoir. Now, I don't know how well that works out for a plant with a lot of roots. Seems like it would be restricting, but then there's like a wick here that takes the water up into the pot. So that's one of the things that fascinated me about this. I'm excited to try that out. And as I said, I know absolutely nothing about this unit, so I need to actually read the instruction book and set it up. Let's get started. Okay, first it says to insert the plant pods. This is the other thing that's fascinating about the Click and Grow. So there are no separate nutrients. The nutrients are actually built into each pod and supposedly feeds the plant for the life of the plant. It's like cocoa peat or cocoa core. And this is what they look like. So the seeds are already in there. The nutrients are already in there. And unlike the other systems that use the compacted grow pods, this is more loose. So once I put this in here and it gets wet, it will kind of, not exactly break down, but break up. So I'm going to take one of these and put it in here. That's all it says to do. Put the cover back on. And then you're going to put the dome on once you get everything going. So I'm going to do that and then I'll be back. Okay, so this is actually why the units are enclosed like this, because this stuff breaks down. If it was able to freely move around, it would be in the tank. So that's pretty cool and very different. Okay, that's done. Name your plants. It's just for this here. you're able to write on that with a marker. So I know these are all basil. I'm not going to bother to label them. Fill the tank. So it holds 1.5 liters of water, or 50 ounces of water. And then plug the garden in. The power cord, it says to fit it. They actually already did that. It's plugged in. You just run it down this channel into the back, and that's it. So, the light arm. This is another thing that I find interesting with these units. So this is how the arm is by default. On AeroGardens and other units, you just raise that up, raise it up, raise it up for your growing. Well, with this one of the reasons it's called the Click and Grow is because it comes with these additional arm extensions. So when you want to raise it, you take one of these out and you put it on here, and then you put your light back on. So now it's much higher. Obviously, for my brand new plants, I'm not going to do that. But I actually find that a little bit cumbersome. I prefer to just raise it. Okay, but we're set. We're ready to go. And we are going to get this into place where I'm going to put it on my shelf. I'm going to fill it with water. And then we're going to watch these babies grow. And I will keep you updated along the way on my experience with this Click and Grow Smart Garden 3. They also have other gardens, larger gardens, a Smart Garden 9, a Smart Garden 9 Pro, I believe a 25. I can't remember the exact name of that one. Smart 25 Pro or something like that. And they all look pretty fascinating. The Smart Garden 9 Pro uses an app. This one, there's no app involved. There's nothing, you know, to it. And I would assume that in order to get my light to turn on in the morning with my others, that I would actually need to get up at that time of the morning and plug it in. Yeah, personalized lamp cycle, 16 hours on, 8 hours off. The cycle starts the minute you plug your lamp in. So right now it's 8:11 in the morning, which is not that bad. So I'll go ahead and do it. But most of my units are set to come on at 5 a.m. and then they start going off 8:39 and up to 10 p.m. So let me get water. Let me put this into place. I'll be back. Okay, so as you saw when I was pouring in water here, this float mechanism just kind of rises to the top to let you know that the water is full. So everything's in here, water's in there. These pods are still pretty dry. So now that the tank is full, it should wick up and wet these. So I'm going to put the domes on as directed. I like these domes. These fit very well and they kind of snap into place real nice. All right, so now we've got my Click and Grow Smart Garden 3 set up. My 3 basil pods are in there and we're gonna watch it. This is day 6 of my Click and Grow 3 pod Smart Garden. As you can see, there is a lot of little basil coming up. So far so good. The medium here, the cocoa core, is damp. The basil looks good. There's nothing to see if I lift this out since it's enclosed, but so the wicking system is obviously working. I removed the domes when all the basil started breaking through. The only thing, again, that I don't like so far is when we had a brief power outage the other day, I came downstairs. I have a couple of AeroGardens, same way, that, like this one here, that I have to actually, and this one, hold the button to set the time. The Click and Grow, you actually have to unplug it and plug it back in. Now, in my case, that's not a big deal because the plug is right here in this surge protector. But if you had it plugged in, like down behind your stand on the wall or something, that would be a pain in the butt. But so far, so good. It is growing. I still can't say that I think it's worth the price of $139 that I usually see it at, because again, there's no pump, and it's basically a reservoir with a light and a wick. But as we can see, my basil is growing, so I am going to keep watching. I think that if you are looking for something simple and you want to get something that requires very little of a learning curve for someone, then this is good. All they have to do is plug the pods in if they buy the pre-potted kit, and it's going to work. So more on that later. So it's been, I think, 10 days so far with my Click and Grow, and as you can see, the basil is growing. I think it might be growing a little bit slowly from what I used to, but that is because the Click and Grow does not have a pump. So there is no active air and water being pushed around the roots of the plants, but it is growing. So I'm going to call it here. If you're looking for an easy system that you don't have to do anything with, you don't have to feed nutrients because that's built into the pods. You don't have to worry about the pump or anything like that, maintenance on that. Only thing you have to do is keep adding water, and when your plants get tall, raise the light. So these are pretty good. I'm going to post some links to a great sale that they're having right now, and yeah, grab one if you're looking for something easy. So this is 2 weeks with my Click and Grow. There's the basil. In contrast, this is only day 5 or day 6 of the microgreens next to it, and look how huge they are. But anyway, so 2 weeks ago I started up this Click and Grow with the 3 basil pods, and it's doing well. It is growing a little more slowly, as mentioned, than I would expect, but it is growing and it looks good.